Nice cloudy day. That way. A little more view. Lovely. So, what I need to talk about today is really, part of my testimony, part of my journey. I've been on a faith walk for a while. Been getting a call to do one for probably my whole life, but really strong call the last few years. 5 years, 6 years, something like that. And then stupid strong, obviously, with the COVID and stuff, but just before COVID, and then coming into it. Anyway, so I gave away everything I own, total Abraham walk, shit. Non-essentials, obviously. Cut down to being able to travel, move easily wherever God wants to put me. So my goal, anyway. And then putting energy into a lot of different avenues, searching for a blessing in one of those avenues, and then that's the one that I'll determine God wants me on. Pushing harder in some ways than others, I guess. Like with my mobility, I'm pushing pretty hard because I want to be ready to go if He wants me to. And selfishly, I want to go to my son, hoping that's where he needs me to be, right? But totally not my choice. Anyway, so in the meantime, I've been trying to build character myself. So I'm trying to set a goal for trying to learn calm as a superpower. Sounds weird, right? But really, as a blessing. That's the blessing that I want to try to, or a spiritual gift that I'm trying to attain without it being blessed upon me or whatever. Like I'm pushing for that spiritual gift. It's not one that I was blessed with naturally or whatever. So I get tested constantly, and I had a revelation last night, maybe this morning more so. A few weeks ago, I got into an altercation. And I was just listening to church, and it's funny because my pastor had a very similar altercation with the cashier of a store. We don't have a mask mandate, but the store did. But they didn't have any masks to supply, so I couldn't go in. And anyways, the product that I buy from them came in a new package. It was different. So I wanted to open the package, make sure it was the right product. Once I got it in my hands out in the parking lot, and this delivery kid, started telling me that, like, you can't bring it back if you open it, blah, it's just a cardboard box with plastic inside it. I said, yeah, I can. And like, what are you talking about? And he was like, no, you blah, blah, blah. And he went on, and he said, if you open that box, you're not allowed to bring it back here, and blah. And I said, well, man, I already paid for it, so I can open the box. It's mine. What are you talking about? And anyway, he went on, and then he goes, I forget how we got to this altercation at the end. It wasn't very, it escalated quickly. But at the end, he got right in my, fuck you! And he storms away and goes into the back of the store, and he starts throwing things around and smashing things around. And I'll tell you, I was ready to just punch him right in the mouth. I was gonna, and I had a big cardboard box in my hand. I was fantasizing in my head that I could smash him right in the face with it before he said fuck you. And then he said fuck you right in my face like that, and storms off. I put the box into the car, and I opened it to see if it was the right thing, and it was. And then I took a breath, and I went inside, and I said, "You're employee, blah blah blah," and whatever. Anyway, when he did that, I seen something in him. Something that I hadn't seen in years in anybody, but he looked like an old friend of mine from way back, and he was a good friend. Like we got along well, but he was a very bad influence, and a very whatever. He was a bad influence. Let's just say that. And anyways, I seen that in this kid. I could see this look in his fucking eye and in his face. It was just something, right? And I just kind of laughed at it, and I thought, oh, he must have like a mental disability or something of the same sort or whatever, right? And I just kind of brushed it off. Anyway, last night I was at a friend's house, and things escalated way fast, way far, and she was drinking a lot, and she kept drinking, and things kept escalating, and then I kind of like I shut it down, and I said, we can't do this. And I seen something in her eyes. She turned into something else, and she started arguing with me. But even as drunk, she turned right on and got right up, and like got this look in her eye of determination, and started talking about life being short, and we got to live experiences, and all kinds of different things of that nature, and how like we click.
Check out your message notes.
And that was weird. And then just all this stuff. Anyways, the look in her eye, it wasn't the same look. It was a totally different look. But it was also really familiar. And it wasn't her. She has these really friendly, pretty eyes that are really friendly, and they smile and stuff. And this was not her eyes. It wasn't her anymore. It was this other thing. But it was familiar. But I had never seen it before. I'd never looked it in the eye before. But I knew it. I knew who it was. But I couldn't. Anyways, dawned on me this morning. That's possession. And I knew that demon because it had possessed me. It was talking to me, and it was telling me all the things that I used to say to do things that I used to do. And it was saying that, life is short, and that, we only live once, and blah, blah, blah. And I had to keep arguing with it, and I kept saying, life's not short, and that, it's eternal, and we're eternal, and we go forever, and that, it does matter. And it matters for your soul, and it also matters like to God, and I've made covenants with God, and we're not ready for the responsibilities that go along with sex. If we were to have sex, we're not ready to have a kid or an abortion or fucking anything like that. And I had to go through this whole big argument with her. It wasn't her. I'm telling you. And I prayed about that and asked, because I don't know, we've all read Samson's books, but, yeah, he was the wisest man, but he got control over the demons, right? And he could, you gotta read the books, it's pretty cool. But, anyways, I wanted to be able to see them. I prayed about that, to be able to identify the little bastards, right? I think I can. Well, I knew those two. Definitely saw them. Knew them from before. They're pissed off at me. That's for sure. They want me stuff.